Hey everyone, how's it going? It's the Gamers Weekly here. I'm your host Antog, and today we're going to be taking a look at the exotic shotgun known as the tractor cannon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Real quick before we start with the video, I would like to tell you guys about the 50 subscriber giveaway. We started this a few weeks back. We will be announcing the winners shortly. We just have a few things we need to smoothen out and make sure everything is working properly. So all you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and like this video or any of our previous videos, and you guys will be entered in there. But yeah, with this out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the actual review of the weapon. So how do you acquire the tractor cannon? The tractor cannon can be acquired from Xur if he sells it. You can also get it from exotic engrams as well as the reputation vendors. If you're doing your weeklies, chances are you might actually end up getting this weapon. That's where I got this weapon. So yeah, you can also acquire it, like I said, from exotic engrams from farming your heroic events. Here's a bit of the lore. I'll let you guys read up on this. If you guys just want to, you can pause the video. Mine actually dropped at 271, which is pretty unlucky, but it's whatever. Let's go and get into the perks. We have Repulsor Force, which is the main exotic perk for this weapon. We have Extended Barrel, we have Particle Repeater, we have the Scientific Method, and finally, we have Composite Stock. So these are the main modifications you get once you get this weapon. You can also infuse it, or infuse things into it. You get the Weapon Attack mod, and you can use ornaments. Overall, the weapon is pretty decent. It's got good impact, it's got a little bit lower range, but it's got really good stability, and it overall is just an okay weapon. So let's go ahead and get into some gameplay of this gun. Here we are with some gameplay of the tractor cannon. Just hopped on Titan and I'm doing the public event with the wizards. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of gameplay showing this weapon off. Overall, I mean, this thing looks really cool. It's got one of the most unique looking designs. It looks like it's something out of Portal. If you guys are familiar with the Portal series, it's basically what it reminded me of. It's definitely one of the more unique weapons we have in Destiny 2. Its exotic perk, actually, I forgot to mention what the exotic perk actually did. It essentially just gives you a huge amount of knockback whenever you hit an enemy. So as you guys saw when I was destroying that knight, I was just able to knock that thing back super far, which is really one of the main selling points with this weapon, is that it's useful and that pushing enemies away from you. Say you have a bunch of something like these corrupted thralls. I actually just got hit by one. You could just shoot this thing, it'll knock them back a lot, and they'll explode out of, your radius of where you take damage. I don't actually know how effective it is against bosses. At least bigger bosses. These bosses, it does not really work too well. It definitely does stagger them a little bit, as you guys can see, but it doesn't fully knock them back. So in that sense of being able to stagger bosses, I guess it can be helpful, but all weapons stagger, and this one doesn't seem to be super consistent on whether or not it staggers the boss or not. But for smaller trash mobs like knights or even thralls and stuff, this thing works really well at just pushing them back and giving you some space for you and your teammates to either place down a titan wall. You can use the Hunter's Dash to kind of get out of the way and reload the weapon. You can throw down a rift to heal you and your teammates. There's, a lot of team synergy with this weapon, which is really nice because it does push those enemies back. And as you guys can see right here, I was able to not only complete the heroic event, but I also got a nice bright engram, which we'll be opening later. But anyways, my overall thoughts for this weapon for PvE is probably 7 out of 10. The only downside is lack of damage and range. You do have to be up close and personal with the enemies, which can get you killed if you're unable to get those shots off quickly. Another problem with it is ammo efficiency with all heavy weapons, especially shotguns. It seems that ammo is pretty scarce. And then another thing, like I said, was damage. It does not seem like it deals that much damage. This is more of a utility weapon, really, than it is a DPS weapon, which is, primarily what I would recommend you're using it for. So say you have a scout rifle, you need to push an enemy back that's getting a little bit too close. You pop this thing and you shoot the enemy, and then you can pull out your scout rifle and destroy them. So that's kind of one of the better ways to use this gun. It's not that useful for, you know, just kind of dealing damage, as it does have that low range and that low damage. For PvP, it's a fun weapon, but again, it kind of goes to the same thing. Power weapons in PvP are relatively useless until you get ammo, obviously. And the tractor cannon is no different. It is a shotgun, so you need to be up and close and personal. The only thing I really enjoyed doing was knocking people off the maps with this gun, but other than that, it's really not going to be as useful as something like a legendary shotgun, as this thing lacks the range to deal with that. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been your host, Antog. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment down below what you guys want to see next, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Again, we are doing our 50 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you guys subscribe and like the videos and our previous videos if you want to be entered in. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you Starside.